Morning, colleagues from the media and my colleagues who are part of this panel. We would like to express our gratitude to you as the people from the media on the coverage and that you have made to inform the people of the Free State about the sad passing of our late MEC Makgoe, as well as our warrant officer, Makgoe, who was a protector to MEC Makgoe, and they both perished in that fatal accident. And we are highly appreciative of that. You've carried the news across the length and breadth of the country, and we are quite grateful for that. As you know, Premier Makgoe had to, after being authorized by the Executive Council, which sat on Monday, to request the President to declare the funeral of the late MEC Tate Makgoe as the Provincial Official Funeral, Category 1. In terms of the state official and the Provincial Official Funeral Policy Manual, July 2016, MEC Makgoe as a city member of the executive. He passed as a city member of the executive, and he therefore qualifies for the burial on Provincial Official Funeral. So that that hurdle has been passed. The President has approved of this funeral to be a Provincial Official Funeral Category 1, and he has also further determined that the flags will fly at half-mast a day before the day of the funeral. That means from Saturday, all South African flags will fly at half-mast in the province of the Free State, not everywhere else in the country. In the province of the Free State, from Saturday morning till Sunday after the funeral, the flags will be flying at half-mast at all our flag stations in the province. That's the directive that the President has given. We are working hard and very closely with families, because before any funeral becomes an official funeral, it is first a family funeral. So we are taking cue from the family, and we are supporting them from the side of government to ensure that we have a successful burial of our late colleagues. So the police have also then classified the funeral of Makgoe as an official funeral from their side, which means that it will be a funeral with police ceremonial. And then we will have the funeral of Makgoe, the late warrant officer Makgoe, tomorrow at Tsoselezo Secondary School. We are expecting about 1,500 guests there to grace the funeral. The Premier of the province will preside also over that funeral as the chief mourner, unless otherwise during the course of the day we are informed that Minister Makgoe would be coming. If Minister Makgoe comes, Minister Makgoe takes the role of a chief mourner for a police in a police official funeral. We then will have the funeral of late MEC Tate Makgoe, which will take place on Sunday at Vista, or at the University of the Free State South Campus, the old Vista, because you get into trouble with the University of the Free State if you continue to refer to the place as Vista. So it's the University of the Free State South Campus. The funeral will start there at 8 o'clock, and we hope that it will run until 12 o'clock, where we will depart from the University of the Free State South Campus to the burial site at Bainsflay, where the remains of our late MEC will be laid to rest. I should have indicated earlier on that Vuyo Mdi's funeral will also start at 8 o'clock on Saturday, and we are hopeful that also by 12 o'clock we will be moving to the burial site, and the burial site is at Vuka Senzele, Makgoe Nemona, where we will lay his body to rest on Saturday. So we are expecting a full house at the funeral of MEC, the late MEC Tate Makgoe. You would know that he was a very popular individual, well known across the length and breadth of our country. Every single household in the Free State knows MEC Tate Makgoe, either through the radio or through television media, or even personal, because he has been visiting quite a number of our places, our schools, everywhere else across the country, including the learners. So he is one of the very highly popular members of the Executive Council. And the fact that as an individual served this government for an extraordinary period. He has been a member of the legislature since 1994 until on the day of his demise. He has still been a member. So he has been a member of the Executive Council for over 29 years. And next year when we were going to the elections, he would have concluded his 30-year term as a member of the legislature. And in that process, he has been a member of the Executive Council in various roles as a member of the Executive Council. It was only, I think, between 2003 or 2002 to 2004 where he was not an MEC, where he reverted back to being a member of the legislature. So generally, out of these 29 years, he has been an MEC for a period of 27 years consecutively. So he's been around and has played a big role as well as a member of the African National Congress in the province. And therefore, he is a well-known figure. And we are grateful and we are indebted to you with how you have been able to cover the story, his lifetime story, evolving in front of our eyes as he passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DG. Maybe I should take this opportunity.
Just before that, Ndaba, we are expecting some of the dignitaries to grace our event, the funeral on Saturday. Of course, we will expect some senior police officers, generals from National, to grace the funeral. The gentleman, Vuyo Mdi, died with his boots on. He died on duty, and therefore would expect the visit or attendance by senior members of the South African Police Service. MEC Makgoe, seasoned politician, will expect political leaders across the length and breadth of our country. There are premiers who have already confirmed to attend, ministers who have confirmed to attend, members from other political parties, members from other sister provinces, members of executives. The Minister of Education will be part of us. You were aware that she was part of us yesterday, and she will be part of us on Sunday to give a talk. We expect senior ANC national leaders to also attend this funeral, and we will give the details during the course of the day through a media alert that the colleagues will issue relating to confirming the names of the senior members that will attend. MEC Makgoe was working very closely with the church across the province. Every time to meet with the church to pray for matric results across. And we think also that quite a number of clergies will avail themselves to come and bid farewell to him, because he worked very close with the church to motivate the kids and do a number of other issues, even on the day that he could have slept in Johannesburg. But because he had a church and a lot of learners from Heidedal who were going to be part of that gathering on a Sunday, he wanted to be here as early as possible, so that in the morning at 9 o'clock, he is again wearing his boots and he's on war against ignorance, against illiteracy, against poverty. That was the war that he was waging all the time from our black, especially African communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DG. Before I give you space for questions, I just want to allow the HOD Advocate Malakwan to just say a few words. Thank you. Advocate.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Ndaba. As you would imagine, the passing of the MEC is a dreadful fate that befell the department, and one would have been very much affected and been able to navigate the department in his absence. We would want to pass our sincere gratitude to the Executive Council, led by the Premier, as well as the 3 MECs from Northern Cape, the MEC from Limpopo, and the MEC from KwaZulu-Natal, as well as our minister, who came and addressed our broad management on Monday. I think their words of comfort and wisdom really helped to calm the nerves of colleagues. And we also are grateful for the DG for being a liaison between the two families. It made our communication and integration with the families quite easy. We also want to mention that the 3 memorial services that were arranged by the 4 districts, except for Motheo, on Wednesday, they went well, and they were actually executed as planned, and we'd like to thank everyone who made their time to go and grace those memorial services. And yesterday it was a big memorial services befitting for a man of the MEC's stature, and we are grateful for everyone who attended. And we also want to thank our sister departments, especially Department for Social Development, for providing psychosocial support for colleagues who could not cope with the sad passing of the MEC. It went a long way in helping us to calm the nerves and try to get colleagues really to put their feet on the ground. We know that beyond the MEC's funeral on Sunday, we still have a lot of knots to tie to ensure that we regroup as a team, and we will actually make sure that we integrate all the teaching and the learnings of the MEC to ensure that we don't drop the ball. Many people have been asking us as to how the department would actually move from here. I think with the stewardship of Executive Council and the tenacity of my team and the brilliance of our learners, we'll actually work hard to actually, galvanize support of all stakeholders that we continue to work with to ensure that we don't drop the ball. I don't want to preempt anything, but we're a province that, and a department in particular, that prides itself with performance, as we have actually integrated it within all the levers of management. We are forever grateful for everybody who has shown their support to us as the department, and we believe that we have gathered enough strength to soldier on. The MEC was some kind of an octopus in many ways, and we will give the same support to whoever will be asked, to take the reins over from whatever time that EXCO will determine. And we will really regroup and take off from where he left off. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Makgoe. Colleagues, I think we'll take questions. We'll take about 5 questions for now. It will depend on the appetite for those questions, but you will then introduce yourself and the name of the organization you're coming from, and then we'll allow the panelists to respond to those questions. Thank you very much. Can I have the hands? It seems as if the HOD and the DG has put all the information that is necessary. Good. Okay, Jimmy?
Jimmy Makgoe from Central TV. The question about both funerals, will we be awarded an opportunity to cover till the gravesite, or is there some restrictions?
Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay, 1, 2, 3. DG?
Yes, no, to be specific, Jimmy, you will be allowed to cover the funeral up to the gravesite. Media will be allowed to cover the funeral up to the gravesite. It would be nice as you project the imagery that emanates from an official funeral as we get to the gravesite. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, DG. Thank you very much, HOD Malakwan. It seems to me we have a question. Okay. Okay. It seems to me, colleagues, we have come to the end of this media briefing. Okay, colleagues, I'm told that in terms of the media accreditation, the media will receive media accreditation. The media accreditation will be available from 4 p.m. today, and the contact person will be Mepulani Tsipani. He's sitting over there. Then the media should contact at least from 4 o'clock today. The media accreditation will be available. Thank you very much. Colleagues, thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support. And then maybe for those who want one-to-one, then we will then deal with one-to-one outside this media briefing. The media briefing is adjourned. Thank you.